There's batteries on it, yeah. Why do I feel taller?
I don't know, because you are.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hello there, Boots Owen here.
Now then.
This is Andy Reynolds at The Info Works on YouTube. He's been on YouTube an awful long time, just like me.
It feels like it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like that's all we do.
Exactly. You're just sort of doing things, and because you're interested in doing stuff, you end up doing videos about it. So our channels are full of really obscure stuff.
Yeah, and a full variety of things. And about 3 years ago, I think, I was down here visiting before, and we sat down like this in the same place and made a video, and we had a bit of a giggle about how many washing machines is too many washing machines, on the basis that I seem to have far too many washing machines. But equally, Andy has a self-admitted, self-confessed man of the hoard. Is that the word?
I do have a hoard of stuff that varies, and stuff that's been about... I try not to keep anything more than about 15 years. Right?
And so we were talking about it, and we thought we better revisit that video, but in a spirit of, well, what's the point in the hoard? So you've already said 15 years as an idea of, and I've heard 10 years before as a useful timeline for having something. But the point of getting the thing in the first place, I reckon, is so that it's there when you need it. And that goes back to the having maybe 2 washing machines working and 1 spare one ready to do work if you need it to. So the logic is, if one ever breaks, the other one's already plumbed in. That gives you time to take away the one that's broken, swap it for the other one that's working, and then you have an infinite amount of time to fix the one that's just broken. That's my logic.
Yeah, yeah.
But then someone else gives you another washing machine and you fix that too, and it all descends into chaos. The point of the story, I guess, is something to do with self-reliance and resilience.
Definitely. Yeah, we've been on a 40-year adventure here.
Not the two of us.
No, it's just me and my partner. Been on a 40-year adventure, and we started off with a cottage with a demolition order on it in the corner of a cabbage field in a windswept, desolate plain. Yeah, and anybody who's seen my videos for any length of time will see, yeah, you don't live there now, but it's the same place. But instead of wasting our resources on frivolous, make you feel good for a short time, corporately pushed nonsensica, yeah, we've fixed stuff, saved stuff, 2 spare washing machines. So if your washing machine breaks down, you just pull another one out the shed. But the thing is, the washing machines are not bought; they come from the side of the road.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the shed that we're in at the moment, the barn, it's made out of bricks. Where did the bricks come from?
2.5 years of collecting them.
And what's that? 20,000 odd bricks or some other big
I've
number
never
like that?
counted them, but there's a lot. It is 40 foot wide, 18 foot wide, and 2-story.
Yeah. So it's a lot of bricks, but a lot of bricks that you didn't pay for.
No, and I made the windows, it's second-hand glass, and the roof was made out of timber that came off building jobs I was on. And this ceiling here is telegraph poles, which I swapped for some batteries, and the floor is kitchen worktop. I bought 4 tons for 40 quid.
Yeah, and so it's always one of these things with free washing machines or 4 tons of kitchen worktops is both sides probably feel like they're getting a good deal.
Exactly. They got rid of it, but it's marvellous stuff. And of course, the kitchen in the Eco Lodge, that's the top worktops are from that same pile.
Ah, right, okay, yeah.
So you save stuff, but you don't save too much.
So the Eco Lodge, as we've mentioned it, we might as well talk about it, is a
sustainable holiday lodge.
Sustainable holiday lodge, yeah. Kind of the mind goes straight away to off-grid, and of course it isn't off-grid in reality because it's tied to Andy's electricity system. So it's on its own grid that's ultimately tied to the grid. So it's not really on grid, but it's sustainable. I think that's the better word for it. But the point of the sustainability part was that you'd built it yourself from local timber that you'd gotten milled locally from locally grown wood.
That's it.
If that's not a mouthful.
Yeah.
And it exists, and you can use it, and you can stay there and go on holidays.
And there'll be a link in the doobly-doo.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. But the whole thing about this self-reliance and sustainability and resilience is about never putting yourself in a position where you are reliant upon corporate world.
Yeah.
As much as possible, yeah. Don't be reliant on an external party, because they will always do what's best for them, not for you.
And this is becoming increasingly apparent, what I see with people in the world of work, that people have this belief that their employer is good to them. And ultimately, their employer is there to make money and to use you as a cog in a wheel. Unless you're on a very local level with somebody who is benevolent, and that's rare. But any of the larger corporations, I'm completely I'm out of love with. Likewise, any of the big supermarkets, any of the big water companies now especially are particularly having their day. I didn't say that, but yeah.
I would say corrupt.
I feel that way.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So all of these things make you wonder what's going on. And so in terms of water companies, for instance, well, there's nothing stopping you digging a hole in the ground and letting it fill with water. And it won't be drinking water, but you can supply all of your household needs from that if you live in a place where you can do that. Or like we've done back up in Manchester, we've just attached the downpipe to 2 big tanks, and I've made videos of this already. They flush all the toilets in the house, and so if you're paying for water on a water meter, that just chops a bit of that straight away that you'll never have to pay for again.
Exactly. And of course, Manchester, it rains every day anyway.
That's it, yeah. It never stops.
Yes. So coming back to this, we're talking about resilience. So resilience is having stuff on the shelf. And I've fixed cars for people in the past, and they go, yeah, but you've got the tools. And I'm going, yeah, but I collected them. Of course, you say to them, do you want this box of spanners? And they go, no.
Yep, I wouldn't want to put that somewhere in my shed or whatever the thing is.
Yeah, exactly. Or they don't have a shed.
The thing that's become, I don't know if you said it to me or someone else, when somebody's offering you something that you're not entirely sure that you need, if they're definitely getting rid of it, if it's going to the dump, you might as well take it, look at it for a week, and then bring it to the dump. Because or eventually bring it into your stores if you think you will use it, or recycle it in a better way than bring it to the dump, or pass it on to somebody else. But at every point in that journey of taking stuff and moving it on, there's a chance that you'll use it again, and that stops it being made again.
That's right. Or it's broken, but you can use parts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's broken, but you know a mate who's got one. Yeah. And all that sort of thing. So it's a matter of being able to go. It's a very mixed combination of having parts that you've not paid for.
Yep.
Yeah. Being given or picked up from the scrap, not robbed. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So and having the time in your life to be able to do it. So yeah, and that really goes to this thing where, as you get slightly older, do you actually want to work 5 days a week? Do you want to be under the thumb of an employer? Yeah, I've been in self-employed for 45 years or something crazy like that. And of course, it's a different way of life. Yeah, you still have to work, but it's you who's the boss. All right. So sometimes you're harder on yourself. But I've been ill in the past, for 2 or 3 weeks. Well, I don't claim sickness benefit or anything like that. I just take some time out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are your own person as much as possible, but we're still within a community, however much you interact with that community. And the community can be widespread. So it could be a local community who 2 or 3 people you get on with, but then there's the wider community like Owen and myself, we save bits for each other, we give each other advice and all that sort of thing. So I'm not saying self-reliance is being an island. I'm saying self-reliance and resilience is not allowing yourself to be in a position where you're beholden to somebody who's going to rip you off.
Yeah, okay. I can get on board with
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Ta-da!
Tales of Power by Andy Reynolds. Available from Bimble Solar. Tell us what the book is, Andy, I suppose.
It's this. Remember earlier on in this video, I was talking about this 40-year project. That's it. We moved from the cottage in the corner of a windswept, desolate plain to 8 acres of wildlife oasis and a sustainable life. Are we out of battery?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, it's flashing.
I think it's all right.
All right. So it's all there. It's the story of what we've done, but it's also there's bits of the technologies we've used.
And the other thing that comes across when you read it is that there's an attitude there, basically what we've just been talking about, that you can do things yourself and you can be resilient and self-reliant just by having a go.
Oh yeah.
Taking your time at something, thinking about it, and saying yes to it rather than saying, I don't know how.
I'm frightened to do it because
it'll
the
electrocute
electricity police will come and get me.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is this whole thing of, if something's broken, you can have a go at fixing it, spend a couple of hours, and normally 50% of the time you fixed it.
Yeah.
If you don't fix it, as long as you don't break anything, you can come back to it later on. But in the process, you've learnt stuff.
Well, I'd go one step further of taking something apart like that.
Yeah.
You can break anything cosmetic on a thing. It's as long as so washing machines are a great example. We were looking at one earlier on. It had a broken piece of plastic inside it. You could hot glue it back together, but to get access to that would take a couple of hours of taking it apart carefully. Or you take out an angle grinder and in 30 seconds you've opened a panel in the side that you can or cannot tape back shut if you want to, but you'll get the machine going again in 20 minutes instead of hours.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, some things are functional and some things aren't. The essence of something working is not the same as the whole thing being perfect. And I think that was something I used to get hung up on when I started repairing things, was to get genuine parts to fix the machine. Whereas the reality is you can make an adapter to fit a bigger pump or a smaller pump or a different motor or whatever it is and get the thing working, because working is the objective. If it's laundry, washing laundry is the objective. If it's pumping water, you want the water to move.
Exactly.
The rest of it is cosmetic and irrelevant.
Yeah, and the whole of the media is pushing you to imagine that your life is perfect, and there's this false expectation of happiness. In my opinion, happiness does not exist at all. You can achieve contentment for a short period of time, and that contentment has to be renewed. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So happiness is a corporate thing, and it started off with Disney.
Okay.
Yeah. I might be wrong there. It's probably before that, but I just have this weird sort of feeling that people have got this imaginary world in their head, and it doesn't exist.
Okay.
What do you say to that, Owen?
I hadn't given it much thought, so you've caught me on the hop. I think there's something. Oh, this is going off on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah,
now.
let's do tangent.
There's a concept in the American Proclamation, I think it was, or one of these American documents, of the right to the pursuit of happiness, and that leads you to the belief ultimately that it's achievable. Now, it doesn't say it's achievable, but it says you're allowed to pursue it. Now, if you're not going to pursue it, if you don't think you're going to get there, is my logic. But no other countries, well, nothing that I'm aware of, has that kind of a thing of this pursuit of happiness notion. Really, if they said the pursuit of misery, everybody would be quite happy because they'd achieve it.
Exactly. Well, I think, I don't know, I think the Buddhists are into this achieving enlightenment. And as far as I can see, enlightenment is contentment.
Yeah, contentment is achievable, but that's just within the surrounds you've got, whereas the happiness is based on, like you say, either Disney or Hallmark cards or some other notion of typically an American dream, of everything clean, grass cut to regulation height. The rest of the world can go to hell because it's all for the sake of having your bit of garden perfect and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we've really gone on a tangent now. But the book goes in and out of tangents as well, so it's not irrelevant.
Oh, there is quite a section. Well, no, there is a section in there about this very subject and the fact that you've got to decide when you're on a path and we're going in that direction. Yeah, like we're going right. We've got this cottage. It's got a demolition order, and it didn't cost a lot of money because nobody wanted it. And we've got a path towards a sustainable life, and we don't want to be under the thumb of the finance industry. That's a path. Right? And I've sort of lost my thread now, but every day, so it's all about the long-term goal and the short-term. And the short-term is, don't look, people get hung up about, I want this and I want it now, and that's it. Whereas you can go, this is where we're going. I was talking about tangents, wasn't I? So therefore, with the day-to-day stuff, you're working along that path, but you're not on a defined route. You're wandering. And a tangent can be in amongst that wandering along that general route. And then it might start pulling you right over here, and then you've got to be aware that it's a tangent and go, yeah. And we come back to the general principle of that's where we want to be. And on top of all this lot, one of the beauties of this sort of
Politics?
Something like that.
Philosophy?
No expectations. Yeah. If you have no expectations when you're going into anything, then you're open to what's happening. If you have this fixed idea, again, I want to go there, that's it, and I ignore everything around you, then you can lose a lot of opportunities, and then you can filter those opportunities into tangents or paths with a heart.
Yeah.
Sorry for a little rant. Yes.
Well, there's no apologies, I don't think. I was trying to think. I don't know that I'm going to edit any of this video.
Are you not?
No, I think it'll all go up, and the world can make of it what it will.
I think you're right.
You could take it as a dose of philosophy, or a dose of information, or you could take it as an advertisement for a book, which is what it is as well.
Yeah.
But the key, we started at the start with resilience and self-reliance, and I think that's something that the ambition of the channel on YouTube is to help people to fix stuff so that they can be a little bit more self-reliant. You're not going to change the world.
Nope.
If one person opens the filter plug on their washing machine and takes something out of it and it works again, you've saved the diesel of the repairman, the time of the person who had to earn the money to pay for the repairman to call out, and everything else that goes with that. Ultimately, I think a lot of people now, if we're still on the theme of washing machines, they look at it and they go, it's broke, I'll get a new one. Doesn't matter what's wrong with it. And if you're watching my channel, you realise that I just keep pulling them off the street, looking at them, and there's nothing wrong with them. Washing machines or whatever it is.
Yeah.
People have just gotten fed up with them, and that's that.
Yes.
So if we can keep stuff on the road, if we can keep ourselves on the road, and entertained and moving forward, I think we're doing something right.
Oh yeah. I get messages from various parts of the world about the grid inverter fix-it videos. Thanks, mate.
Yep.
Yeah. They go. Thanks, mate. You saved me a fortune.
Yep.
They don't donate.
Yeah, but you're already rolling in it, so it's
no,
all right.
It may look like it. Yeah. But you see, it's like you were saying. Yeah. You only need a certain amount of cash.
Yeah.
Right? And beyond that, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So these people get really fixated on earning lots and lots of cash. They don't realise that they'll be dead in another 10 years' time, and you might as well enjoy the time rather than just keep building the hoard.
Yeah.
What was it? William Burroughs, was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, he went, you don't want to be the richest so-and-so in the cemetery.
In the cemetery, yeah, that's an old one. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. That's that poem called Words of Advice for Young People.
Very good.
I won't repeat any more of it because I might offend somebody.
Let's wrap it up there.
Yeah.
We've had I don't know how long we've been on for now. I can't see the thing.
Probably about a quarter of an hour.
Yeah, getting on for 20 minutes, I think.
Really?
Not bad. Okay.
Ta-da!
There it is again, Tales of Power, available from Bimble Solar at present, possibly other places on the internet. But if you Google Andy Reynolds' Tales of Power, the internet should guide you towards it.
Exactly.
But check out Andy's YouTube channel as well, because
you.
you don't have to buy the book at all if you just watch about 2,000 hours of video.
Oh, you do. You do. You do. I'm going to put this video up on my channel as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Owen's going to transfer it to me.
We'll send it across, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Nice to talk to you. Yeah. Comments, please, because it's always useful to people. I mean, I get occasional abusive comments, but I just delete them or report them or something like that.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. I don't seem to get them, so I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, but yeah, comments, because it's just interesting to see other people's perspective. Yeah, we're not saying we're right. We're just saying we're doing it this way.
Yeah, this is how we're doing it, and you can suck it up or you can crack on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But crack on is the word. Yeah. Do not let your arse be in a sling of despond.
Right. Questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching.
Cheers
See you later.
for now.
Bye.
Bye.